Hi, hello, my name is Gomer Joseph. I hope you've all been having a great day so far. Welcome back to another True Crime Tuesdays video. If you are new, I welcome you. Before I discuss today's case, I'd like to mention my Christian suspense book series, which is Never As It Seems. The first book in the series is available on Amazon, and you can read it on any device on the Kindle app for free. But if reading really isn't your thing, then no worries. There is now a Never As It Seems weekly podcast, which has new episodes every Friday if you love listening to audiobooks or podcasts. Not only that, but I do have another book series, which is the Juliet Clark book series, which is about a Haitian American teen sleuth who happens to be a successful true crime YouTuber. The first book in the series is titled Murderer at Heart. The links will be in the description box below if you are interested. Today I'll be discussing the unsolved disappearance of Niqui McCown. As I researched this case, it was really one thing after another. The sad thing about this case is that it seemed like everyone could have received all of the answers that they were looking for, but one selfish decision kept her loved ones from figuring out exactly what happened. Now, I encourage you all to do your own research with this case, not to just look at my video for all of the information. Here we go. Niqui McCown was born on January 6, 1973 in Richmond, Indiana, to a Barbara McCown, and I could not find the name of Niqui's father, but I do know that she did have two sisters named Tammy and Michelle. Now, Niqui, she was a prison guard, but also a mother to a daughter named Peyton. Now, Niqui was described as someone who's pretty, friendly, athletic, and intelligent. On July 22nd, 2001, Niqui is 28 years old at this point. She comes home and she tells her mother that these two men kept following her or wouldn't stop bothering her at the local laundromat. And Niqui definitely wasn't interested because she was engaged to a man named Bobby Webster. Barbara, Niqui's mother, thought it was nothing since she was pretty and encouraged her to, calm down. When Niqui left, that would be the last time Barbara ever saw her daughter. Now, Niqui, she did go to the laundromat, but she did also go to a convenience store from across the laundromat, and that would be the last time that Niqui was ever seen again. Everyone realized something was off when Niqui didn't pick up her daughter Peyton. When it was shown that she left her wallet in her apartment, that's when her loved ones became even more worried. The police were called, but since she was an adult, they didn't immediately search for her until she didn't show up for work the next day. Now, police began investigating and found weird behaviors from Bobby. Now, Bobby, not long after Niqui went missing, he canceled the entire wedding instead of postponing in hopes of finding Niqui or in hopes of her return, and demanded a refund, even returned the wedding band. But personally, I would keep that wedding ring or that engagement ring as a symbol of hope or of a way of remembering the woman that I love. That's what I would do personally. But Bobby, obviously, he had his own thing going on. What's also more strange about him returning the ring is that he wasn't even the one who bought it. It was Niqui who bought the ring. So at first, it really couldn't be refunded because he wasn't the one who bought the ring. And Niqui sadly wasn't there to, show a receipt and to get the refund. Now, there was an argument about returning this ring, and the argument got heated, and I think it's just really strange that he would just get heated, have this heated argument over something that he never bought. But also, she was going to school, and he wanted to get a refund for that as well. Like, I don't understand how you would be able to get the refund because you weren't. I mean, unless he was paying for Nikki's school, but I would have assumed that Niqui was the one paying for her school. So I just feel like that's really strange too. But the explanation that Bobby has for this is that he was trying to raise money for reward money for Nikki's return. Now that's what he says, and that's his explanation for why he was making all these decisions in regards to money. The thing is that police asked Bobby to take a polygraph test. And at first, he did not want anything to do with it, but then he changed his mind. So, as he's taking this polygraph test, when he's asked if he had anything to do with Nikki's disappearance, he denies it. But according to the polygraph, it says otherwise. But of course, results from a polygraph test isn't really enough to be used as evidence in the court of law. With Bobby's response to these results, he claimed that he never even saw them. On November 5th of 2001, several months after Niqui disappeared, her vehicle was actually found in an apartment 45 miles away from her house. And the thing about her vehicle being found at this specific apartment, it was actually the apartment of where her ex-boyfriend, Stephen Johnston, the father of her child, that is exactly, the apartment building where he lived. And the police, they found that the vehicle had a punched out door lock, tampered ignition, and a missing stereo system. But all they did was find her laundry. Since her vehicle was found outside of Stephen Johnston's apartment, this really caused the police to look into him, but he did have an alibi and he also passed the polygraph test. At this point, Stephen is cleared, but police soon discover that a coworker of Niqui's named Tommy Swint also lived nearby. Not only that, but there were rumors that the two of them had something going on or that he was attracted to her. For example, there was this moment where Tommy gave Niqui lingerie for her bridal shower. Now, of course, I mean, if you are familiar with my videos, like, you already know I'm a born-again Christian, and obviously I don't believe that it's really moral to send some woman who's not, I mean, I don't think it's just moral to just send your female friend who you're not married to, underwear. So, I mean, really, even if you're not saved, like, what type of male friend who is just friends with somebody? I'm sorry, I'm really not trying to laugh at this. Like, this is really serious, but like, it's just so weird. Like, what type of male friend like gives underwear to their female friends as like a wedding gift? Like, obviously, I think that's really weird. I'm pretty sure that the police really thought that was weird. So that was one thing that made Tommy seem very suspicious. But again, also in all seriousness, Tommy did have this violent reputation, especially towards women. 6 years later, police find out that Tommy, he left his job as, the prison guard, and he was hired as an officer while the police still saw him as a person of interest of Niqui's disappearance. So when the police department that he works for hears about this, they pretty much told him kick rocks. Like, they gave him the option to just kick rocks. So he decided to just follow suit and quit his job. Then he decides to sue the police department and claims that he wasn't told that he was a person of interest. But the police department claims that they did let him know that. I don't believe that the lawsuit really went anywhere. Police also received an anonymous tip about a murdered woman named Tina Ivory, who they believe that Tommy was the one responsible for this murder. Now, they didn't have his DNA, but found it anyway since he offered to hand it over, not knowing that they were looking into Tina's murder. The DNA test determined that he was a match for the evidence that was found in Tina Ivory's murder. So they get a warrant, but he did move out of the state, but they were still able to get the warrant, and they're about to arrest him. But Tommy decides to take the quote-unquote easy way out by taking his own life. And, pretty much, even though he quote-unquote believes that is the easy way out, there is an afterlife, and let's just say I believe that he should have just allowed himself to get arrested instead of taking his own life, because he wasn't about to face judgment on earth, but he was definitely about to go ahead and face spiritual judgment. But for all of us who are in this world, with Tommy not being alive, this just means that he brought answers that many people wanted to know. He brought those answers to the grave. Now, police believe that this love interest of Tommy's knows exactly whether he did something to Niqui or not, but from what I gathered, there was really no follow-up with that. If you are watching this video and you have any information about Niqui's disappearance at all, I do encourage you to be a snitch. Call 911 or the Richmond Police Department, which is 765-983-7247. It's been almost 21 full years since Niqui has disappeared, and I'm praying that her loved ones get the answers that they've been searching for. They miss Niqui and just want to know exactly what happened to her. As for her daughter, my heart truly does break, knowing that she spent most of her life looking for her mother than the short time that she spent with her. The God that I serve, the God of the Bible, is an all-seeing God, and he knows exactly where Niqui is. I thank you all for taking the time in your day to watch this video. If you did like this video, please feel free to hit the like button. If you have any thoughts on this case at all, please leave your thoughts in the comments section. If you'd like to see more videos from me, please feel free to subscribe and click the bell to be notified about the next video. If there's a certain true crime case that you'd like me to cover, go ahead and let me know. I will see y'all for next True Crime Tuesdays, and I will talk to y'all later.